This is Supermonaman. My reaction to RTX Australia 2017. Red versus Blue panel. Starting video 3. Alright, 3, 2, 1, play. Couch person. Yeah, no. I'll try it again. Yeah. I don't think you'll be able to sync it again if I don't just. 3, 2, 1, play.
I want a special chair. I got it. I'm claiming couch before I get special chair.
I'll get fucked, Heyman.
And then.
This seems like the seat of
Water.
honor.
Seats
taken.
Can't sit here.
I know what you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shout out to the lovely lady who brought that up at the last panel for Cam. Thank you.
Look at this. All the latecomers.
I'm a really early comer, so I don't have this problem.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
All the people who can get to the Achievement Hunter panel. Am I right? See the line that we have what are we doing later today? The podcast?
Yeah. What?
You're wearing. I have those exact same socks. I'm not wearing them, but I was worried that you had the same socks on that I did.
Fashionable red polka dot socks.
Fashionably red and polka dotted.
Woohoo!
So what is this panel? Is it red versus blue?
Yeah, it's ugly.
No.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Do not do that.
Dude, season 15. We don't do chance anymore.
Oh goodness.
That's the title, right? You just revealed it. Season 15, no more chance.
No more chance.
No more
Jesus
chance.
Poor
Christ.
Chance. Remember him? He was a bit character.
Oh my god.
R.I.P. Chance.
He's so
You know,
young.
actually, I had a thing that it's weird.
Look, I'm a vlogger too.
I know.
Look at me, I'm Bernie.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, look, I'm making videos. Nobody's watching.
Oh.
I'm gonna say you're like a vlogger.
Damn.
Nobody watches it. So
I can't hear you. I mean, I have the microphone. You're in the audience, so shut the fuck up.
Damn, Gus.
Sir, I heard you. He said if it wasn't for Bernie, you wouldn't have a job. I heard you because Truth carries.
Yeah, I'd have a
Oh,
job.
damn.
A much better one.
Dude, Gus
Damn.
would be the funniest dude working at Best Buy.
No, hey, that guy's hilarious.
I would absolutely buy a fridge from you.
Again, you do not have a microphone. You came to be entertained, not to be part of the show.
You really stepped in and out, sir. Sorry. But I usually think you talk about this character Chance that lives in the Red vs. Blue universe. It's a made-up character, but we actually do have a made-up character. I don't know if made-up's the right word. It's the 4th member of Blue Team.
Cecil?
Oh, that's no. Yeah, no. Joel went off the rails with that a few years ago. But when
Jesus Christ.
it was when they
Oh.
when they come back. It was after the end of season 5. We had the alternate endings for season 5. And one of the alternate endings was waking up from the dream after Church got shot by Caboose, by the tank. And he woke up, and everything after that point in time had been a dream like Wizard of Oz that he had had.
Right.
And he's talking to Tucker and Caboose. He's like, Caboose, you were there? And Tucker, you were there? And then it pans over, and there's a guy in green armor, and he goes, was I there? And he goes, no, Jenkins, I didn't think about you. No, sorry. And Jenkins is like, okay, maybe next dream. And then they all get killed. So Jenkins is like the unofficial member of Blue Team, and then as a result of that, I wrote, for everything I wrote after that, I wrote in a character named Jenkins, who never appeared on screen. They would always refer to this other character, Jenkins. It became this thing I put in everything. But then I started dating Ashley, and her last name is Jenkins. So now people just think I'm trying to like write parts for my girlfriend, and now it's weird. Well, so I can't do it anymore.
The original font that we used for Red vs. Blue way back in the day was Jenkins 2.0.
There's a lot of Jenkins.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so,
That's a weird one.
You know, I recently, in the vlog, I recently started using a font that's, Marcus made a font that's based on his own handwriting.
He can make fonts too?
Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
He can do anything.
Yeah, and so I use it, and then I realized after I started using it why I liked it so much, it reminds me of the original Jenkins font. You know, we used that in the first 3 episodes without paying for it. That was risky. That was risky.
Oops.
It was $40.
Well, that's a lot of money. It was like 10% of the money we started up with.
It's 2 t-shirts
Damn.
now, man. Yeah, it was a big deal. Hey guys, sorry, we're just talking over here.
No, this is really I'm enjoying the show. We got great seats.
Yeah.
Well,
We could turn the couch a little bit more.
I can guess from right here.
Yeah, give it to the dude in the blue shirt.
Make him happy.
Well, Miles, I feel like you should run this
God
channel.
damn it.
You're the guy in charge.
Yeah, so we have nothing to show. No big announcements, nothing really.
Also,
I'm just gonna.
I don't know why I'm here.
You do your RVB vet. You taught me. He was like in his office doing something. You taught. Just kidding. That's really kidding. Here, I remember on like one
Wow.
of the first days,
Oh my god.
I showed up and you were teaching me like machinima
Come on,
ropes,
Miles.
and you said something to me like we were starting to get along, but still didn't know each other quite well,
Yeah.
and
We weren't in love yet.
we weren't in love yet.
Wow.
You know. And I can't
So
remember
season,
what caused
season
it.
6, right?
This was nine.
Nine.
And we did something, and I remember you were like, it might be a little hard to do this, and I nailed it on like the first take. I was like, sweet. And I looked at you, and you looked at me, and you went, just because you're taller than me doesn't make you in charge.
Damn.
And here we are now.
And that's how you guys
Pretty
met.
much, yeah.
No, it wasn't. We met at the
You-
first barbecue
Yeah,
at 636.
It was when you started doing all the barbecues for like every Friday.
Right.
And you came out for like a college project.
Yeah,
or
so
something.
I was in a broadcast management course, and one of our assignments was to go out and interview someone that we deemed to be successful in their craft. Didn't have to be related to broadcast or
But that
anything.
guy wasn't available.
So I called Bernie.
Deemed
Wow.
to be successful.
Miles.
Not actually successful, just
Christ.
in our head.
The platypus is right there.
And I asked Bernie if I could interview him for like 5 minutes, and you were like, you know what, we're gonna have a barbecue. Why don't you come on over? And I was like, okay. And I did, and I interviewed you, and I like essentially finished my assignment, and I was like, well, that's everything I need. And then Bernie was like, okay, cool, hang out. And I was like, okay. That dude's almost my age, and then that was when I met Carrie.
It's like you went to the kids' table.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
remember talking to
Sorry.
Carrie and playing catch with Millie.
She's definitely not your age.
Close you're going to get.
Close to your gate.
Hey, so we're gonna do another season of Red vs. Blue. That's pretty cool.
Season 15 of Red vs. Blue. So
Awesome.
season 14 was a bit of a departure.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with it. We wanted to do a bit of an experiment.
And we think after 13 seasons too, we needed a little bit of breathing room. You know, there's not
Yeah, I
many
mean,
shows,
actually, that's kind
TV
of fine with it.
shows, and movie
Really.
franchises that get up to the volume of where Red vs. Blue is now. It's like going into season 15, there's not too many American shows that have reached that level of 15 seasons. So we the way we approach Red vs. Blue is very different from other shows, and so we can do things like season 14. And it's funny because like there will be a section of the audience that's like, I can't stand this, I hate this. It's like, it's just one season, which is a weird thing. We don't talk about that with other shows. We never say, oh, we're going to do something totally different for Ruby for a season. It's just one season. But at 15 seasons, we can do that kind of stuff because we have a much longer
Yeah, fair
view
enough,
of
actually.
our
I was
than
totally.
anything
I
else
was
that we
seeing
did.
14. I actually
It was
enjoyed it.
it was fun.
So
It was
serious, like
weird, and
like,
I think what was really cool about it was getting to
more
know so many
trips. There's
different
even like
writers and
as
directors because
much.
everybody.
Most are
Something that I learned in that process was that every writer values different things. So, you know, working with the Funhouse guys, they were very much about like very absurd, bizarre comedy. Whereas in like working with somebody like Joe Nicolosi, they were very much concerned with making sure like all the characters, like all their voices were spot on. And
fair enough.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
the Mega Blocks episode, by the way.
A
Was
nice.
rad.
Yeah, I really.
And
That
it was
was
just
one of the
interesting,
best-
rather than because for RVB, a lot of it for the Chorus trilogy was me trying to go, okay, how can I make this better than the shit that I wrote 2 seconds ago? Fuck, that's terrible. This was working with other people and seeing their strengths and the things that they cared about, and then trying to see, okay, how can I help them make their story better? And it was super fun and a really cool.
Oh, that actually was really cool.
And
Too rather
one other thing that
amazing show.
came from RVB,
Right.
I can't talk too much about this.